Hello, love. Welcome to Transmission Tuesdays here on the Libran Key. Today we are going to be receiving a transmission. I feel like there's a download or activation that wants to come through for this. We're going to see from the Whale and Orca elders. Remember, Transmission Tuesdays, these are essentially transmissions, galactic cosmic transmissions for the highest and greatest good of the ELSH collective. Empaths, Lightworkers, Starseeds, Healers, awakened and awakening souls supporting you on your journey here on Momma Gaia for the ascension process, the expansion of consciousness here on Momma Gaia to support you in your mission, okay? Yeah, they're coming in. I'm working, let me start with, they're like, Crystal, Eleni, we're working with Orca Agate here, okay? This beautiful piece of Orca Agate, and they want me to start here actually with calming the mind, the energy of calming the mind. And if you're catching this video now, whatever time of day it is for you, whether it's night, day, they just want us to pause for a moment and tune into our breath and tune into our hearts, okay? Regardless of the distractions, regardless of any other information that might be coming at you, regardless of the chatter in your mind. I don't know if you can hear right now, for example, coming through the video. Oh, it just stopped. There are some guys next door with like a souped up car, making noises with their engines, okay? Doesn't matter, right? This is the thing. They want us to really observe our minds for a second before we get into the transmission that they want to bring through. One of the things that the Whale and Orca elders, and I'm holding this Orca Whale Agate here because one of the energies and the frequencies that this Orca Whale Agate holds is very calming to the mind, okay? Very calming to the mind. That's part of what Agate does, right? And I'm also getting, they're showing me the crown as well. They're showing me a lot of the upper chakras in this particular calming down, specifically the third eye and the crown, okay? So, wherever you are, I invite you to take in a deep breath. Hold it a little bit, pause, just let it out, and feel into your heart, because first and foremost, the Whale and Orca elders are very heart-centered, very heart-centered. They're showing me the electromagnetic frequency of the heart, similar to sonar, and how we understand sonar from what we know so far with regard to how whales, orcas, even dolphins communicate, right? And they're showing me that the heart, oh wow, they're giving me a little bit of an update here with regard to heart expansion and frequency, the heart frequency here on Momma Gaia. The work of heart math, heart-mind coherence, okay? This is going back to the calming of the mind, and they're actually directing me to a very ancient practice of physically touching the heart space and engaging the thymus gland as a way to center ourselves. And again, I invite you to do this with me. You can take your fingers, however many you like. You can do it like this. You can do it with one finger, two, however many you like. Some people like to actually thump. They're showing me like thumping across. They're actually, they want me, they're like, get fun with it, like have fun with it, you know, get playful with it, okay? First time I ever heard this was from Greg Braden, who spoke about this with regard to engaging heart-mind coherence, okay? And he spoke about this, what he learned working with the indigenous peoples in the Americas, if I'm not mistaken, particularly, I believe it was like the southern part of the United States into Central America. I believe that was the case. Don't quote me on that, but he does make reference to that and how They knew that when they had to make a certain decision, for example, in the group or in the tribe, that this was the place to go to engage with making the correct decision, right? From a heart-centered space, okay? Now, the whale and orca elders are very much connected to this energy. They are ancient. I just want you to feel into how ancient they are, okay? How long they have been around. They're like, you know, we talk about water being the primordial substance, the prima materia. That's how old, that's how ancient they are. And that's how wise they are. They've seen so many different cycles come and go, okay? And they're also directing me to the fact that in different star systems, we have different whales, orcas, dolphins, water creatures, okay, water beings, all connected energetically. They're all connected, they're showing me. The whale and orca elders, and they're all connected to this heart-centered consciousness, okay? They're also wanting me to show the two other centers. They're working with the chakra system to help us get a better understanding of their energy here and their frequency. Heart, throat, and sacral, okay? So when it comes to the throat, they have a similar energy here. It's slightly different though. And I've spoken about the swan spirit before, about singing your song, right? Singing your song, expressing yourself, expressing your truth, simply expressing who you are, the truth of who you are, okay? And the healing that comes from that. They are very much the same energy, but there is something here that is much more, for lack of, it's a visceral, this is the best way that I can describe it, energy of expression. It's a little bit more primordial. It is raw in terms of its expression. Now, that doesn't mean that the expression that comes out is going to be brash or abrasive or raw in that respect. It's just it comes from your deep within your creative energy and your life force. This is why it's connected to the sacral, okay? I'm inclined to say gut here, but this is not the gut of, this is not the solar plexus, right? This is it goes even deeper than that. And it's because it's connected to water, okay? So there is a very divine feminine energy of connection here to our creativity, our life force energy, and that being a source of deep and profound healing, of access to our creativity that is not exactly, it's not an intellectual understanding of what creativity is. It is a bodily, visceral understanding of creativity. And they're giving me the best way that they want to describe this for us to understand is dance. They're showing me all different kinds of forms of dances, from traditional dances in certain countries. They're even showing me indigenous dances or ceremonies and rituals where dance, what we understand when we look at it, let's say from the outside as dance, because really it's it's your body moving, right? But it's more than just dance, right? It's more than just, and this is the crazy thing, dance isn't just dance. They really want me to like bring this home for a moment, because there is something ancient in dance. And they're showing me the timelines of humanity now in relation to this. There is something incredibly divine in dance. And they're like, divine dance. They're even like, they have a very playful energy too, by the way. I hope it's, you know that energy of someone who is so wise. And it's like a very grandfather, grandmother energy that they've just seen so much. And they know what the true meaning of joy is. They know what the true meaning of life and expression of that life force is. And they've got a beautiful sense of humor around it. There's a lightheartedness about them. They gave me the term here, gentle giants, right? Because, and I heard the phrase, the gentle giants of our waters, who at the same time are incredibly instinctive and intelligent. We have a lot to learn from them, especially as empaths, with regard to being in a being. I mean, the technical way to put it is having our nervous system so well regulated that we instinctively are in tune with our bodies the way that we were as children, before the programming, before the indoctrination, before we got too much into our heads, before any trauma we endured, before they're even saying before any persecution wounds we endured, before we were afraid to be ourselves, right? And they are a beautiful energy to connect with, to come back to the truth of who we are. Interestingly enough, they're actually incredibly great, like, to work with when it comes to inner child work, because they make you feel safe. They feel like the healthiest form of, and I say this very intentionally, right? Because we've all had different experiences with grandparents, whether we've even had the opportunity to have experiences with grandparents, right? They are the healthiest kind of grandparent that you can imagine, right? In terms of, and of what exists in terms of that energy and frequency. So they really want to encourage us at this point in time, because they're bringing in a little energetic update now. They're directing me to my calendar, which is what I'm looking at right now. So we are moving into this Mercury. Well, we are Mercury in retrograde, right? We are moving into Mercury retrograde. We are also in Aries season. There is a lot of activity happening in Aries, and we are in an eclipse portal, okay? So there is energetically right now a movement into this. There's a supportive energy of a movement. This is how they're showing it to me. Into really embracing the truth of who we are, our authenticity, aligning ourselves to that authenticity, and in doing so, feeling safe there, feeling safe, okay? They're also reminding me of ways that we can regulate our nervous system, especially as empaths. This is a really important thing for us to be doing before we are able to get into any deep healing work, any kind of transmutation of energy. We need to feel safe in our bodies. And they are a beautiful energy to connect with. There's a magic to them, for lack of a better way of putting it. It's like they know what to do. Just like Reiki healing energy, the moment it enters the body, it knows where to go. There's an energy with them that's very much this way. That's that divine feminine energy, the one that holds us. And they're bringing me back to this image of, and I can't remember which video came through, of the water holding us, of us being afloat in the water, the buoyancy of water, its ability to hold us, its ability to move with us, to move with our emotions, to move with the waves. Remember that emotion? I saw this somewhere recently. I was going to say emotion is information, but somebody was specifically saying, I can't remember the rest of it. But anyway, it was emotion is data, not something to the effect of a state that you are permanently stuck in, okay? It's like a feedback. Emotion is feedback. And they have an energy here that's encouraging us to really look at our emotions as feedback. Because there is a lot of stuff that's coming out right now. There is a lot of stuff that we're letting go of with all the energies currently. The light codes, the downloads, the divine feminine codes that we are receiving. Okay, and they're bringing me back to this energy again of the water helping to temper those energies, to balance those energies. I mean, I don't know if you can hear them, but listening to wave sounds, listening to water sounds, right? Really tending to the energy around our water, the water we consume, right? If it's available to you, of course, drinking quality water, like I cannot emphasize that enough. I encourage you to look into like tap water and what exactly is in our tap water, okay? Because it's important. They're showing me like it's really important for us to establish a relationship with water, okay? I'm just curious if they want to bring any more information in with regard to something specific transmission wise. Okay. They want to return back to, they're showing me first and foremost, the energy of, I'm seeing a star and I'm seeing, again, these light codes in a cone shape hitting Momma Gaia again, just like last time, except this time they're showing it to me. I'm literally seeing like a 5-pointed star. Okay. And I'm seeing it like a Christmas tree, actually. Like it's coming down, like light beams are coming down like this. And I'm seeing them hit water. And I'm seeing these light energies. Okay. This is part of the activation that they want to bring through. So I invite you to close your eyes for a moment here. And see this 5-pointed star. And they're telling me it's 5 for a reason here. 5 with regard to the transmutation of challenges into change, into opportunities for your highest and greatest good, your highest and greatest timeline, okay? This energy of light now pouring down from this star in streams, like waves, hitting the water. And I want you to see the reflection of this light. It looks very much like sunrise or sunset, okay? As we understand it here on Earth, of course, because really it's us moving around the sun and spinning. But they're showing me this energy of just simply look at the light reflecting off of this water. What do you see? What do you see? And they're saying now, understand that you are one with the water, that you came of water and that you shall return to water. See yourself in this water. Feel the water at your back, supporting you now. Great Mother Water at your back. And now I'm seeing these whale and orca elders surrounding you in a circle. Feel their energy. Feel their wisdom. Feel the support that they have to offer you. They're directing me now to the belly button. Feel that connection like an umbilical cord from that belly button, connecting you to the water. And they're showing me that this is a way for each and every one of us to connect to the energy of water, to connect to them. I'm going to just leave a little space for that, just for a few seconds here, to allow you to take in whatever's coming to you, whatever you see. And understanding that this is a starting point for you to engage with their energy, of your own free will, of course, and if you feel called to do so, okay? Thank you. Thank you, thank you to the beautiful whale and orca elders. They want me to pop one card before I sign off here from the Starseed Oracle, okay? There may be a transmission here. There may be some kind of soul inquiry here as well. They're reminding me, remember that you are the portal, that your heart is a portal. It's actually written underneath this. You see that? Your heart is a portal at the bottom of this deck, okay? Remembering that energy, your belly button, how they're showing it to me, is also a portal. Every chakra is a portal. So how and what, well, how you access what depends on the energy, is how they're showing it to me. Earth school, life lessons, soul growth, study, higher learning. So they're showing me that when times get rough, when we're feeling rough, when things can start to get very heavy, very discombobulated for us, overwhelming, especially with these energies and how things are shifting, remember that this is Earth School. Remember that there's a higher purpose for being here. Remember that you've probably done this many times before, or you've been doing this for lifetimes, okay? Remember that you have an entire team here to help you, like tutors they're showing me, right? Like your own tutors, like your team, your spirit guides, they are your tutors. They're here to help you. Some of them are just extensions of you, right? Perhaps in parallel incarnations, perhaps on other timelines. Look what's here as I split the deck. Whale and Orca elders, share your song, frequency of sound, deep, diving deep. Okay, you know what? I feel like I just want to read from the book there because they are definitely confirming their invitation here. For you, of your own free will, and if you feel attuned to it, aligned to it, to connect to their energy. It's an inquiry card. How are you being called to share your soul's unique song? Okay, I'm just going to read you the first little part of here because I do really like this write-up that Rebecca Campbell has in this book here for the Whale and Orca elders. The Whale and Orca elders are benevolent cosmic beings here to anchor a frequency of love onto the planet, to harmonize it with their song. As they weave around the oceans, they do so much more than any of us know. Their physical presence affects Earth's magnetic field, and their harmonics call us to wake up and remember your own soul's song. Oh yeah, I remember this part. Looking into the eye of a whale is something you'll never forget. Whales see into your very being, and in an instant, you're changed forever. They see beyond the physical, the woundings, the identity, the personality, the story. They see right into your soul. If you pull this card, you're being called to surrender to your deepest truth and share it with potency, to bow to who you truly are, to stretch your heart wide enough to hold it all, to leave your fears, doubts, and baggage at the door, to question any part of you that doesn't feel good enough. The Whale and Orca elders want you to give others the privilege of seeing who you truly are, and for you to see the same in other beings, to drop your hang-ups and personality flaws and get busy revealing the unique note of your soul that your soul came here to sing. Allow the song that echoes in the four chambers of your heart to emanate in all four directions. Peel back the layers of suffering and pain and reveal to others your soul's true song, and endeavor to see the soul of all those you meet. It's beautiful. Just beautiful. Thank you. Beautiful. Okay, I'm going to do one more. They still want me to shuffle. They're like, we're still going to shuffle. One more little card pop to bring a message of healing as we close this reading, this transmission out. Weight of the world. Boundaries, let it go. It's not yours to carry. With weight at the bottom of the deck, it's not yet time, things are being woven. Okay, that might be a specific message here for some of you. This is also an energy that's very much connected to the Mercury retrograde that we're going to be in until the 25th of this month. There's something here about taking time and energy for yourself, and an invitation to the energies of the divine feminine. Things are being woven, asking you to have patience with something. Things are being woven. Also, what I'm seeing is seeds being planted. I just feel like by the end of this month, moving into May, energetically, you're going to see those little seedlings start to sprout, you know? That's what it feels like. It feels like this kind of like energy of really diving deep, right? Just like they say in this deck, diving deep, the energy of diving deep. There's no need to rush. There's no need to push anything yet. There's an energy of preparation coming through here as well. There's an energy here of not forcing yourself to make any decisions yet with regard to certain things, making sure that the healing has had a chance to take place. And also this is going back to regulating that nervous system, okay? Because this energy of waiting that's coming through is very much about becoming calmer, not needing to push yourself to make any decisions, to do anything. Weight of the world, boundaries, let it go. It's not yours to carry. And she's in water here. You see how she's being held by the water? This energy feels like it's connected to the weight. Weight, weight. Two different words here, same pronunciation, and it applies. And this is very, very classic. And I just love, it's typical of them in like the best way possible because of this play on words and sound and the meaning behind the things that we say, and how it's about the sound of things, not necessarily the literal word or the literal meaning. If that's making any sense, that's a very specific message that they're bringing through. But this is connected to what's coming out in the cards here, in the sense of what they're giving me here is an energy about you having intuition around something, even though on the surface everything seems, let's say, fine. Everything seems okay, but something intuitively is not sitting well with you. And this is nothing to be scared of. This is nothing in that respect. It's just you trusting your gut. A tiny example I can give you here is, you know, you perhaps there's something telling you, this is a hypothetical, okay? Take whatever resonates and leave what doesn't. It's that feeling, that energy of being in a job, in a position where they pay you well, where things seem to be going great at this company, and yet intuitively you're feeling like something is off, right? And you want to leave. And people around you are saying like, are you crazy? This is the best job. You worked hard for this. Yada, yada, yada. And even though, going back to this calming the mind energy, okay? Even though you're feeling like you're weighing it in your mind back and forth, you're trying to talk yourself out of it. Occasionally you're like grappling with it in your mind. Those instincts, they just keep on coming back. Something is still not sitting well. And they're bringing me back to the 5-pointed star here. Something needs to change. Something perhaps needs to shift. Trust your heart. They're showing me, trust even your gut. Like they're showing me this connection between the heart and the womb space, and then speaking that truth. That's the energy that they're coming off. Feeling like that, yeah, feeling like that's got you, like you got the weight of the world on your shoulders when it comes to this, right? I'm hearing though that it's not a weight for you to bear any longer. This is not the weight. It's about creating those boundaries. Sometimes it could just be about telling the people, again, coming back to the throat chakra, saying to whoever may be telling you you're crazy, being like, no, I'm not. Because this is exactly, you may not get it. You're entitled to not get it. And basically shut them up. And be like, okay, we're not having this conversation anymore. Love you, but no, we're not having this conversation anymore, okay? This is also a message for empaths as well, in general, and the empath collective in general. With weight of the world, it's about having boundaries. It's about having space, okay? carving out time for yourself, making that a priority, okay? Regulating your nervous system, making sure you're making that a priority as well. Getting all the help and support you need. I'm going to end it there. I'm going to close out with this beautiful Orca whale agate, bringing back this energy of calming the mind. Thanking the beautiful whale and Orca elders for coming through for this message. They are reminding us to play and to dance as I close out this message. Like, put a timer on for 5 minutes. Like, what's 5 minutes? Put on music you love, a song you love, and dance your ass off. That's a good way to get yourself to regulate your nervous system. Okay? I thank you for being here. Thank you for spending your time, for sharing your energy in this space with me. And I'm sending you so much love wherever you are, in love and liberation, always.